We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Boxing Ego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. On Bleeders. Wow. Ring Magazine editor-in-chief asked Devin Haney for the Ring Magazine belt back. This is, of course, after Devin Haney made a comment about the Ring Magazine belt. Find out exactly how it played out, what went on, and how it went down right now in this video. Stay tuned to the end. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. So let me get you guys caught up to speed. Ring Magazine, you know, is supposed to be the Bible of boxing, but this is, you know, blasphemy. You know, this is, if that's the Bible of boxing, then I'm atheist, because they just came out with a updated top 10 list, and it, you know, just to me wasn't good. But I don't really look towards big box media to deliver any good pound for pound ratings. So, you know, that's just not how I gauge boxing and what's popping, because it's not realistic at all. But just for ish and giggles, let me go over this updated ring list so you guys can see in case you might have missed it. Usyk is number 1. So Usyk beating Joshua a second time puts him at the pound for pound number 1 spot, which is kind of interesting because he already beat Joshua. So him beating him again, what, you know what I mean? Like, how, if this is an updated Ring Magazine ratings, how did him beating Joshua, who was a challenger, now place him at number 1? But then when Usyk he only had 2 fights at heavyweight, and he was formerly a cruiserweight, and Joshua was the champion, you didn't put him at number 1. So how does him being a champion and doing what he already did already, how did that, you know, create this like shockwave, and you change the rankings and put him number 1? But whatever. Usyk's a good fighter. Then they have number 2, Neo Inoue, who's about to fight Paul Butler. So you can already see this is on a downtrend very fast. Somehow Crawford's number 3 got pushed back. Errol Spence got pushed back. And the funny thing is, as I just mentioned, if Crawford and Errol Spence fight, then you have top guys fighting each other in the welterweight, clearly the best of the welterweights. Meanwhile, in a way, you know, he's rated number 2, but he's about to fight Paul Inoue, and his last performance, he beat Nonito Donaire, who was like 40 years old probably, or close to it, and this is years after Nicholas Walters had already beat him. You know what I mean? So, and Neo Inoue already beat Donaire as well. So it was just similar to the Usyk situation. But anyway, they have Canelo at number 5, Lomachenko number 6, number 7, Dimitri Bivol, Josh Taylor at number 8, Jermell Charlo number 9, and Beterbiev at number 10. So yeah, this is definitely a nice fantasy list. And one thing that's funny is you'll notice there's no Devin Haney, but Lomachenko is number 6, and they got the boy picture with the Ring Magazine belt, and he don't have a Ring Magazine belt right now. Clearly, Devin Haney seen this. He reacted to it. He says, "I'm the youngest undisputed champ in the four belt era," which is all facts, right? I'm the youngest undisputed champ of the 4 belt era, and I'm not on the pound for pound list. That's crazy, especially when guys who don't even hold the Ring Magazine belt currently made the list. Get the out of here. And he didn't say a name, but I'll say the name in this video. You got Lomachenko, who's rated number 6 in the division. Listen, this is a pound for pound list. And if he's so pound for pound great, why he got 2 losses and he doesn't even have 20 fights? Why did he duck Devin Haney by becoming the franchise champion? Oh man, it's a bad look. So, and then they have him pictured, which is basically like false advertising, because you have him pictured holding the Ring Magazine belt when Devin Haney has literally all the belts. So peep how they played the black fighter, the black American fighter, Devin Haney. They told him, oh, fight someone top 10. He did that, fought Jorge Linares. Then he fought Jojo Diaz Jr., mopped them both, beat him like easy work to the point where there was no controversy, nothing. He definitely beat him definitively, right? Then he beat the guy who beat the guy. So Teofimo beat Lomachenko, took his belts, and then Kambosos beat Teofimo at home, took his belts, and then Devin Haney went to Kambosos Jr.'s country, Australia, enemy territory, and took his belts and took all of them. And this is how they, again, notice the treatment of certain fighters, namely black American fighters, right? So Devin Haney was tortured. He was called the email champ, the Gmail champ. Hey, you got your belt in the mail. Won't, won't, won't. But now that he didn't get his belt in the mail, as he's stating, he's the youngest undisputed champion in the 4-belt era history. There's no one who's been his age that became undisputed. Like, there's been some great undisputeds like Bernard Hopkins and Jermaine Taylor and Usyk recently, Canelo recently, right? You had Terrence Crawford recently, or in more modern history. And guess what? None of them were the age of Devin Haney. So he's the youngest undisputed in the 4-belt era, but he's not on the pound for pound list. So this is the game that old media likes to play. They told Devin Haney, oh, you're an email champ. Oh, you're a chump. You're not the real champion. Then he beats Kambosos Jr. in Kambosos' backyard. Like, pertinent members of Devin Haney's team couldn't even be there with him for some or all of the camp, like his cut man, Ware, and his dad came at the 11th hour, like missed the weigh-in. His own father couldn't get in based on a past conviction, and they basically granted him some kind of clemency at the last second, at the last minute. So he missed the weigh-in and came, at like 3 a.m. in the morning or something crazy the day of the fight. So that's not really, he didn't get proper time to acclimate. Devin Haney was willing to tough it all and, be with Yoel Judah and Sarah and everybody else who was just like overseeing him in Australia, but he couldn't even have members of his team. Also Ben Davison, right? Mickey Bay was training for a fight. So he really couldn't have like his initial team to be there with him. And he skunked George Kambosos in front of 40, 50,000 people, and it sounded like a library. Yet and still, what they want to tell you and the picture they want to paint is Lomachenko smirking, flexing, smiling with the Ring Magazine belt that he no longer has. All the while, he's on the list for losing. He, like, in his last 3 fights, he has a loss. Devin Haney has 20 plus fights and he's never lost, right? How can Lomachenko be on the pound for pound list? He's a lightweight. I don't care, because I know Bob Arum and, they try to cap and say that Lomachenko is really a featherweight and he's really too small and this and that jazz. But at the end of the day, he's competing at lightweight. If you're too small, move back down to featherweight. But he hasn't done that. So you're a lightweight. So fast forward to the future, you're a lightweight. You lost 1 to Teofimo. And then your 2 fights were Teofimo leftovers, Richard Comey and Nakatani, guys who are not top 5. You know what I'm saying? Not top 5 at all, because 135 has some good, decent names, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of youthful young blood in the division, right? And that's all Lomachenko has done. And now he's about to fight another pretty undefeated fighter, but very inexperienced and somebody he sparred with. But somehow Lomachenko can smile and be placed at number 6 and have the Ring Magazine belt despite being franchised out and despite the fact that he's in the same division as Devin Haney, who has all the belts. But I told you, stay tuned to the end of this video. Devin Haney, he stated the Ring Magazine could keep their belt because you won't see me with it before or after this fight. Because he's basically saying y'all won't show. I have the Ring Magazine belt. I'm undisputed. Y'all not showing me love, so why should I show love and flash the belt around? But this is unbelievable. So Devin Haney said the Ring Magazine could keep their belt. You won't see me with it before or after the fight. And then you have Dougie Fisher, and he says, then mail it back to us, champ. Wow. So Ring Magazine is asking for the belt back because of Devin Haney put out a tweet. Now, keep in mind, this is a 52-year-old man. It says 52-year-old man, and it says editor-in-chief of Ring Magazine and ringtv.com. So he worked for Ring, as you can see from his cover art and everything, right? No wonder he put Usyk at number one. He got a picture with Usyk, and Usyk wearing a Loma shirt. But Devin Haney can't. Bro, this is just politics. This is politics. You got a picture of him with Usyk wearing a Lomachenko shirt, and somehow, some way, Lomachenko stays on the list, and he's talking about some mail the belt back to us, you know. And I'm pretty sure Devin Haney probably has to pay sanctioning fees. So why would he have to mail? So he has to pay sanctioning fees and mail the belt back. I mean, this is in poor taste for Ring to even have affiliates and like people that work for them, and they're doing stuff. Now, some people would say, oh, Devin Haney shouldn't have said that, but you know, it's a free country. He said what he said. And Devin Haney's also 20 years old versus the Ring Magazine employee. It says by his own admission that he's 52 years old. So I would give a pass to somebody who feels scorned because he's not being recognized, and he did everything that old media claimed they want to see him achieve. Oh, go fight someone. Oh, take the short money. Go fight in Australia. He did all of that, but he still can't get on the Ring Magazine top 10. And they barely put Jermell Charlo on. They didn't want to put Jermell Charlo. So you see what's wrong with this list. Look, and then they got Josh Taylor. Listen, they have no Devin Haney, but they have Josh Taylor at number 8, a former undisputed. He just got stripped and lost all his belts, right? And he's about to fight a rematch to Jack Catterall, a guy that many people believe beat him. That's the only reason why they're doing a rematch. So how explain this? The complexion for the protection. Explain how Josh Taylor was formerly undisputed. They're showing you imagery of him with all the belts. But if you guys pay attention to the latest boxing news, he lost like the IBF belt. He only has one belt now, right? And he's going into a rematch with Jack Catterall because it was controversy. So Devin Haney is an active, undisputed champion, undefeated. Josh Taylor has less fights. He's undefeated, but he's no longer undisputed. And he's staying at the division after saying that he was going to move up because he has unfinished business because many people thought he lost the Catterall fight. So yeah, this is looking very bad. And I can chop this up in so many different ways. I'll probably make some more videos. Make sure you guys follow. But I think this is crazy that you have Ring Magazine, which is supposed to be the Bible of boxing, and they're saying mail the belt back to us, champ. And it's very condescending to put champ, and you're asking for the belt back. Let me know how you guys feel. What should Devin Haney do? Who's in the wrong? Let me know how I did in my video. SLC, subscribe, like, and comment. I'm the best in the business, but y'all knew that. And I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a Super Thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super Thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super Thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.